Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today I'm going to be going over an introduction to calculations in Tableau. So calculations are just mathematical combinations of measures or some sort of calculation, as the name implies. So to create a calculation, either click in the white space and click Create Calculation, or right click on any measure and go to Create Calculated Field. If you do it this way, it'll automatically populate that measure as part of your calculation. So here you got a name. You can name it whatever you want. Let's just call this, we'll do unit price. So you see here, you may see it like this. If you want to get some additional details and information about the different calculations you can do, you can click that triangle and it will expand it. So these are all the different functions that you can use in your calculation. They're also categorized here. So if you just want number functions, you select that and you'll see all the number functions. You can see the aggregate functions, so you got average, sum, count, etc. And if you click on any one of them, it gives you a short description and an example of how it's used. And also, if you start putting in the calculation, let's go with mid, which is a string function, it also tells you what goes into that function. So you need to provide a string, you need a start number in this case, and then if you see anything in brackets, that means that's optional. You don't have to put in that parameter. It's not required. So unit price, I'm going to go ahead and create a unit price. So we have quantity and we have sales. So sales is the sales dollars. There's a couple ways you can start inputting things. You can just go to sales. If you press tab, it'll autocomplete that. So if it has brackets around it, that means you're using one of the measures or dimensions. So I want to do sales divided by quantity. So I can also drag those in and it'll pull those in. So this is, for each line, it's going to calculate the unit price that specific customer paid on that order. And if I just click OK, then it'll show unit price here. If I need to rename it or something, you can right click, rename. You can duplicate, so you can use it as kind of a framework for creating another calculation. But let's just go back into it. So some other things you can do, you can also say average. So if I wanted just to have a field that has the average sale unit price, no matter what I pull into my columns and rows and things, it will display the average. Or if you use some other aggregate function like sum or count, it will do such. You can do all the mathematical operations that you would expect. So there's plus, there's minus, there's multiplication, division. You want to use parentheses to give the correct order of operations for things. Otherwise, it's pretty easy. I will go into depth in some of these different functions later on, but I just wanted to give you an introduction to how do you get to calculations, what are they used for, and how can you get information about some of these functions. All right, thank you very much.